What's up, BlueTube? And yes, I do mean BlueTube. Today is one of your favorite type of days. It's a Blu-ray hunting day. I'm actually on my way to go do community service at the Shriners. If you don't know what the Shriners is, it's basically like, you know, an organization that also has like hospitals for kids and stuff. I went there when I was a kid. I actually had something called leg perthes. A few doctors said I would never walk again. I was able to go to this hospital like for free, basically, like no bills, none of that, and they helped me out, and now I'm here today walking to go buy Blu-rays. But yeah, I'm going there today basically to help with this haunted house that they have. You know, people these days, they go to these events and they throw trash all over the place, so I'm gonna go pick up some of the trash, make sure the cobwebs are in the right place, make sure some of the scary props are in the right place and things of that nature. But before I do that, a pretty special movie comes out today. Special indeed. Spider-Man Homecoming comes out on Blu-ray today. Now this is the one I've been waiting for. Yes, waiting and waiting, like a patient spider in a web waiting on its prey. Spider-Man Homecoming was definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. In my opinion, I think it was just about the best superhero movie of the year for sure. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I even have a review up on my channel where I said I can't find anything wrong with it. I was so hyped when I got out of that movie theater that I couldn't think of one thing, not even one thing, that I didn't like about the film. Now since then, I went to the movie theater and saw it one more time, and I've sat here with my thoughts for a couple months, and now, yeah, I can admit there's a few things I can find wrong with the film. Is it a bad film? No. Is it a great film? Yes. But there's a few things that I can now, you know, come to terms with and identify that maybe I wasn't so pleased with in the film. One of them being the complete lack of spider sense in the film, which when I watched it I didn't even think about it, but then afterwards I was telling my girlfriend about the movie, and for some odd reason she said, well, did he use a spider sense? And I got to thinking, like, wait, oh my god, no, he didn't. What in the fuck? But yeah, he didn't use the spider sense in the film. And I don't know, it's not that big of a deal, I know, for people these days and stuff like that, but growing up, the spider sense was like the shit. That's like, you always knew Spider-Man had a spider sense. And when you watch like the early animated series, back then censorship was at an all-time high in the early 90s on cartoons and things, and I don't know, you're thinking, this censorship was at an all-time high, what about Ren and Stimpy and all these sexual jokes and stuff? Somehow they let that slide, but they would not let Spider-Man punch people in the animated series. So the censorship was at an all-time high. And like, he really relied on his spider sense to like basically dodge every single punch ever thrown at him. So it was just, I don't know, I always thought the spider sense was cool. And it was just that classic saying Spider-Man always said was, my spider sense is tingling. It was just always the spider sense tingling thing, and I don't know, it just always stuck with me throughout my life basically. But yeah, there was no spider sense in this film. But if you watch the Infinity War trailer, like, you know, it leaked online and things like that, you see that I think he's gonna have a spider sense in Infinity War. Spoiler alert. I guess I'm too late putting up that spoiler alert for you guys. Another thing which I always knew I had a problem with, but the movie was so good in some parts where I just let it go, the spider suit. It looks amazing, no problem with how it looks. No problem with how it looks. But I do have problems with the fact that it was like, basically kind of had like a Jarvis thing inside of his suit. You know, like a computer AI talking to him and telling him different things, and like he had like, what was it, kill mode or some shit where his eyes turn red and could shoot lasers, and like, I didn't like those aspects of the suit for sure, because that's not Spider-Man, okay? I know and I understand that you had to make this movie like for like today's generation, I guess, like, which you featured that throughout. Like, he was texting all the time. You would have like little text bubbles pop up on the screen and things like that. So it was very much a movie that took place in today's time and that could connect with today's kids. So I really don't think that you had to put basically an Iron Man spider suit, basically, because in the long run that's what it was. Like, you got this voice talking to you in your suit and things like that. And I mean, I hope, I mean, really, in all honesty, that's something I thought Sony would do, because Sony seems to be so like disconnected from the fan base of some of these Marvel movies that they do stupid things that Marvel fans wouldn't like. The MCU, however, has usually done a good job at paying homage to these characters, and people love the MCU, and no one, like, I can't think of really anyone that has like a problem with the MCU. So it's just crazy to me that the MCU actually put this in there. Spider-Man in this iron spider suit. Like, no. And it's not even the iron spider suit. If it was the iron spider suit, I'd be okay. It's just a traditional suit. And that was a problem for me. Definitely a problem. Trying to think. And basically, right off the top of the head, that's the only things that I can identify wrong with the film. Like, it honestly is. I can't think of anything else that I could sit here and say I think was wrong with the film out of my mouth. I can't. I just can't. Other than that, everything else is pretty damn good. It was pretty damn good. Michael Keaton. Man, Michael Keaton knocked this role out of the park. Best MCU villain by far. I know people made the arguments for Loki and things like that. Which, like, Loki's awesome and all. Tom Hiddleston did his thing with Loki. Tom Hiddleston is Loki. But at this point in the MCU, especially with Thor Ragnarok coming out and the way things are looking for that, it's like, I don't really view Loki as like a full-on villain for these films anymore, like, at all. I kind of just view him as a character in the MCU, because for the most part, it doesn't, I don't know, he's just not, half the time he's not even a villain. Half the time he's teamed up with Thor and shit like that. So I just don't view him basically as a full-on MCU villain anymore. I just don't. He's just an MCU character. I think that's the best way to put it, and I'll leave it at that. But Michael Keaton, man, he knocked this role out of the park. When you have a good villain, the key to a good villain, which a lot of people might not know and might not think, the key to a good villain is telling the story where you can sympathize with the villain, where the villain is not the villain of his own story. The villain is the hero of his own story. Like, he's the hero of his own story. In his mind, he's doing everything right. Spider-Man is the bad guy. You know, these people are the bad guys that's trying to stop him, basically. there's a few scenes in the movie that were really powerful to me, like when Peter Parker's riding in the car with him. Just, I don't know, this is, well, I mean, I guess all of you have seen the movie, so spoiler alert. But basically, throughout the movie, Peter has this love interest. He's going to go pick her up for prom. But he's going to go pick her up for prom. He knocks on the door. He's super excited to get her. You know, he's got corsage and things like that. He's dressed up in his tuxedo. Knock, knock, knock. You know, he's nervous because you got to meet the parents and stuff. So anyway, knock, knock, knock. Guess who opens the door? Fucking Michael Keaton, the Vulture, opens the door for him. And then everybody's heart just dropped in the whole movie theater. Like, everybody's just like, like, nobody saw that coming. And then, like, Peter Parker had to ride with this man all the way to prom. Like, knowing that this is, like, the Vulture. And on the car ride there, the Vulture, Michael Keaton, realizes that this kid that's taking his daughter to prom is Spider-Man. And he gives this man this little speech before he goes in there. And that shit was just off the chain crazy. But yeah, for the most part, this movie is awesome. Best Buy is actually about to open in like 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm about to go ahead and stand outside. I see one person standing outside. About 6 or 7 people in cars waiting to get the Steelbook. Yes, I'm here for the Steelbook. So I'm going to catch you guys in a second. Show off the Steelbook, review it for you, and things of that nature. So I'm out of Best Buy. Didn't get much footage in there. You know, most of the time I don't get much footage in there because if you watch this channel, I'm always saying, I'm gonna say it again, Best Buy is one of the most awkward places for me to film. But today I'm in a rush. I don't have time to look around too much. I had to go in there, grab what I wanted, and get the hell out. But yeah, I got what I wanted. I got what I came for. The Steelbook looks beautiful. I gotta open it up and see the back. The sad thing is, which you guys don't have to wait to watch me review the Steelbook, but I have to wait to review the Steelbook because I gotta go do this stuff real quick. So it's gonna be a couple hours before I get to actually crack this open and look at it. And it's killing me inside. I might just have to, oh my God, I might just have to review this at the place. But yeah, it looks amazing. I don't have a 4K player, but it seems to me that they know what they're doing with these Steelbooks. They realize we're gonna buy the Steelbooks regardless if we have a 4K player or not. So they're gonna start putting the Steelbooks out in 4K form, and we have to spend, you know, $10 extra or $5 extra to get these. They know what they're doing. They got us by the balls here, people. They got us by the motherfucking balls. But yeah, I got it, so I can't complain. I'm happy with it. It says it has over like 60 minutes of special features. I hope so, because when I got into collecting movies, like years and years back, before like I lost my whole collection and the devastation that has been my life, the main reason why I would want to go get these DVDs and stuff back then was because of the special features. And it was like, it don't matter like what movie you bought, they had like a special featurette in the movie that was basically amazing. And nowadays they don't do it as much. And it's like, damn, well, the price of movies is going up, but you're putting less content on these discs. And it's sad because the special features used to be where it's at. Like sometimes, like, well, I've seen this movie like 15 times. I don't have to buy the DVD, But it's got these special features on here, these featurettes, these behind the scenes, these making of, these story of, these all type of shit. Like, and you just have to buy them. Like, especially the Spider-Man DVDs back in the day used to be jam-packed with featurettes, like Stan Lee talking about the shit for like 2 hours. You know, people like Kevin Smith would appear, all that stuff, and it was definitely amazing back then. And I haven't seen anything to beat it these days, but I'm glad to see that actually it does have some special features on there, and we're gonna find out what they are. I'm just as excited to see the special features as I am the movie again, which is crazy. But for now, about to go do this work, and this next clip, which is happening right about now, I'll review the Blu-ray. So I finally made it back home. I already started watching some of the special features from it. They're pretty cool. Not as cool as special features used to be back in the day, but I can't complain. This is what the Steelbook looks like right here. It's definitely a beautiful Steelbook. Got Spider-Man right there, Iron Man flying behind him, which this is a scene that was never even in the movie, but they relied on it heavily for marketing and all the previews and stuff. And this is the back of it, which looks even better. I really like the new design of the Vulture for this movie. I didn't want to see Michael Keaton in like the classic Vulture costume, you know, just like a bald head and like the little Vulture neck feathery shit. So definitely glad they gave him like a new look. I don't know, how did y'all feel about the Vulture's look? Let me know in the comments below. And did you guys get a chance to pick this up on Steelbook today, or Blu-ray, or what special edition did you grab? Did you grab the Target version? And inside, it's basically kind of basic, really nothing special at all. But that's okay, because the outside of the Steelbook definitely makes up for it anyway. But be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more. I have more Blu-ray hunting videos coming really soon, probably tomorrow, for that Stranger Things special edition. But as always, for now, I'm about to sign off, and you have a good day, YouTube.